within 7 days if you are not 100% satisfied with your purchase. And this Jumia Black Friday season would even give you a free 50 Ghana Cedi voucher on your first purchase. But you've got to hurry. They're running out fast. You can visit jumia.com.gh and redeem your voucher. Look for the voucher giveaway banner. Click to find the voucher code and purchase that product you've been dreaming of. Jumia, the online shop you can trust.
Joy 99.7 FM.
Yeah. So UMB has introduced the UMB Speed Up. It's a unique mobile banking powerhouse. Yeah, now you can withdraw cash from any UMB ATM without an ATM card and interest with your UMB mobile savings wallet. You can request for loans, buy airtime, transfer money, pay bills, invest money, make transfers to and from your account to your mobile money wallet and all networks, and so much more. Download the UMB Speed App on your Android, iOS or Windows phone today. You can call 0302-633-988 for more information. UMB Speed App. Digibank. Let's go.
Joy 99.7 FM.
What's for dinner? Yes, Frito vegetable cooking oil is produced by Woma Africa Limited. Being plant-based, Frito is a cholesterol-free oil fortified with vitamin A and is the only cooking oil in Ghana endorsed by the Ghana Medical Association. In the coming weeks, look out for our new label, Frito. Love your food, love your life.
Joy 99.7 FM.
So I mentioned earlier that this afternoon on Behind the Fame, we take a very interesting twist. I'm excited about this interview, honestly. We get to spend time with a man of God. And it's actually going to be the first on our Behind the Fame segment. Yes. Epic conversation with a man whose name has been around in the circles in recent times for prophetic reasons. He's the leader of the True Fire Prophetic Ministries. So get ready for the conversation with the one and only Prophet Nigel Gazy here on Joy 99.7 FM. Now he tells me that this song opens the heavens for him. It's his covenant song, and so I'll play it. Yehovah, you are here.
Yehovah, you are here. Udina ye kampo, Udina ye kampo. Hallelujah. Yehovah, you are here. Udina ye kampo, Udina ye kampo. Hallelujah. Yazima, Yadinyumtu, Yudi, Konkona ye kosise ye beshia. Hallelujah.
Joy 99.7 FM.
Yazima, Yadinyumtu, Yudi, Konkona ye kosise ye beshia. Hallelujah.
Yehovah, you are here. Udina ye kamfo. Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome Prophet Nigel Gazy. Also for Akwaba.
Thank you, ladies. Good afternoon to you.
Really, really good to see you, and I'm excited about this, man.
Myself, good afternoon
Yes.
again, and good afternoon to your cherished listeners.
You're more than a celebrity now.
I'm humbled.
Are you excited about your popularity? How very popular you are now?
I'm humbled.
By it.
I'm humbled.
Interesting.
I'm humbled.
Awesome. Okay. Well, should we start with a prophetic prayer? I just want you to say a prayer before we start. It's a BBS. Yeah.
Yes, sir, no problem.
Yeah, they're ready to start.
Please, let's pray.
We should pray.
Yes, please.
Let's go.
Father, we thank you. Have your own way in the name of Jesus. Amen.
Amen. Prophet Nigel Gazy. How was service yesterday?
Very powerful, very epic.
So I actually know that you started a 14-day program.
Yes, please.
Tell me about it. What's it about?
It's a 14 days higher life conference program dubbed When Your Battle Is From Home. We began last night. Tonight is on, and we've assembled one of the finest and the most refined in the prophetic. Apostle Joshua Talina is on the bill. Tonight Bishop Shambak is on the bill.
Okay.
Papa Salifo Mako is on the bill. Kokunya Mitchell is on the bill. And I mean, in our time, now we talk about prophetic. They are on top, and I think that yesterday was awesome.
What's the idea? What's the 14-day period supposed to do?
At the end of the day, one, to win, so to announce and let people hear about Christ. The second one is that doing this work of God for some time now, I've come to the simple conclusion as a prophet that about 99% of our problems are from our bloodline. So the theme is when your battle is from home.
When your battle is from home.
Yeah, when you see a young girl who is still 35 and 40 and she's still wallowing and gallivanting in town with no evidence, it means your battle is from home. When you see a young man who is graduated from Tech for university for years and he's still jobless, it's not physical, it's spiritual. When you read that account of Jeremiah chapter 5 verse 20, the Bible says that among my own people are set wicked men, and they catch men with trap. So you cannot afford not to pray, you cannot afford not to stand up with respect to your spiritual life. So I will use this very lesson program of yours to invite everybody listening that it's at Achimota Mount 7, and the host is Prophet Nigel Gacy. And you have to be there. Tonight we are on, tomorrow we are on. Friday is going to be awesome because from Wednesday to Friday, Apostle Dr. Joshua Talina from Nigeria is coming. He's a lion. He carries a prophetic and serious power gifts. He's coming. So I invite all to come.
When the battle is from home.
When your battle is from home. When you see a young girl who has done so well for herself, but she works like an elephant, but the evidence is like an ant, it's because the battle is from home. Cancer, HIV, tuber, all the terminal and dangerous sicknesses. The doctor will tell you that it's a condition, but there is a man or woman behind the sickness or the afflictions or conditions you are going through. So when the battle is from home, a journalist will work and work and work, but he will not end well. Like Kiki Jan, he worked and worked and worked, a refined great man, but nothing came out of him.
You think the battle was from home?
Yes, the battle is from home. The Bible says that.
Is it an assumption or
it's
it
not
is
it's
reality?
a reality. It's a reality. I'm not a religious person. I'm a spiritual man. So I'm talking about the spiritual, and you cannot make it unless the spirit allows you. And whatever amount, because the Bible says, such as it is in the spirit, so it is in the physical. So you cannot joke with whether you believe it or you don't believe it. It works and it exists. So John the Baptist, he was a powerful prophet of God. The Bible says that there was none like John the Baptist. He did not live a regular life like we live. The Bible says that at the choice of a young girl, his life and destiny was wasted. So when you joke with your life, somebody will waste your destiny.
Why do people do that? And from the spiritual perspective,
Yes,
actually,
please.
I'm trying to. Of course, not all of us operate in the spiritual realm.
Very well so.
So why do people operate like that? And why do the battles come from home?
It comes from home because when you read Genesis chapter 27, the locus or the focus is verse 8. The Bible says that, and the father of Esau called Esau and said, "Come and let me bless you." The Bible says, and when the mother heard it, the mother made sure that agenda was abrogated. Rebecca said, let that sin, let me damn it, so that the younger one will enjoy what is for the elder. So a lot of elders are listening to me. They are just signboard. They don't get to their destination because their parents stand the block. They become blockmen. They become a blockade to their higher level. And that is why I stand for prayer. That is why I believe the word of God. And that is why I tell people that in the times we are in are wicked times. The times we are in, a mother can eat a daughter and a daughter can eat a mother. The times we are in, you cannot afford not to pray. And not just you got to pray. You got to pray. You have to pray. Because the times a woman came to me during my Monday session, one-on-one counseling, and the son, a graduate from University of Ghana, who did administration, BSc administration. This young guy is suffering from epilepsy. And the mother is behind it. But she's the very person holding the hands of the young man from one man of God, from one church to the other. But the mom is the one behind it. I've seen wickedness before. Doing this work as a prophet, I've seen naked wickedness before. Whereby I prophesied to a banker, a lady, a fine lady who works with the Bank of Ghana. For 45 years, she's still single. Any man that comes, tastes it, whatever, and uses it, leaves it. And the father is the one that is behind the lady's singleness. The father said that I have invested in her education, and no man should come and take her away. So when your battle is from home, it's not about your physical statistics. It's not about your beauty. No, it's about the supernatural. It's what the supernatural allows that you become in the physical.
Prophet, have you had a battle from home yourself?
Very well so. At the age of 13, 14, my auntie killed me. Police hospital declared me dead. They put me in the structure. They were waiting for the mortuary men to come and carry me into the morgue. And my maternal auntie was behind it.
Medically, what was wrong with you?
Medically, they said a shortage of blood, but it wasn't shortage of blood. When you mess up, the medical practitioners will give you a name. They will give you a name to the condition you are going through. But everything is spiritual. For you and you, Lexus, and myself sitting here, it is backed by the Spirit. If the Spirit does not allow, we will not be here. The people the Spirit did not allow last night, they are dead and gone. It is the Spirit. So the Bible says in Zechariah 4 verse 6 that it's not by mind or by power, but the Spirit of God. You cannot be the name as a young. I never knew you are so young as I'm seeing you. The name you've gotten for yourself. It is a Spirit that is backing you. It is supernatural.
So your calling is prophecy.
My calling, I'm a prophet. That is my office. I'm a major prophet.
Yeah, I know with men of God,
Yes,
we have
please.
those who evangelize,
Yes,
those
please.
who do lots of miracles,
Yes,
those who
please.
do prophecy.
Yes, please.
I don't know whether that's it in your department.
We have
Those are the-
fivefold. We have fivefold ministry.
Yeah.
We have an apostle.
Uh-huh.
We have a prophet. We have a teacher. We have a pastor and an evangelist. I can operate in all the four, but my major, my locus, my focus, my office is prophetism. When it comes to the prophetic, wherever the problem, the location, I will locate it by my eyes.
Interesting. I am really fascinated about you because hitherto Ebony's passing, I didn't know much of you.
Yes, sir.
I hadn't heard much. But
Yes, sir.
around the time, I'm sure a lot of people became aware that, okay, there's this prophet Nigel Gazy who's going around, who's saying he's seen prophecies and whatnot. Would you say you became a household name from that particular time?
No, by the grace of God, I think that I began witnessing about Christ at a very, very young distance. And the prophecy, Ebony's prophecy, is the least of the prophecies and the thing that God uses me to do. Anybody that has followed my ministry knows how God uses me dangerously. So it's the least.
Dangerously?
Dangerously.
When you say dangerously,
Dangerously to the extent that you can't sit under my unction for something not to change unless you do not come readily. If it came readily, the Bible says that in Joel 2:28, it shall come to pass after I pour my spirit upon all flesh, and the young men shall prophesy. So when you come, the church is gradually becoming cold because the men of God are not taking their places, in their rightful places. And I want to be. I was telling my child last night that I want to make a mark and an indelible mark on the Christian front. So you can't come to True Prophetic Fire Ministry at Archimota 7, and that problem will not be sorted. Unless you are not ready. But if you came readily, the power of God is upon me and the Spirit of God is upon me.
what does it entail to be ready?
To be ready in the sense that some people will come. We have casual people and arty people. But the Bible said that they that cometh to God must believe that he is. And he's the reward of they that diligently seek him. So if he came and you are not seeking Prophet Nigel Gazy and you are seeking the grace upon my life, I have no doubt that the grace speaks.
Interesting. Let's get to meet you personally.
Yes, sir.
Where do you come from? Gazy, that's a fancy name.
Yes, that's a fancy name. But
Yeah.
I'm a full-blooded Equiapim. I'm from Latte and Edukro, respectively.
So Nigel Gazy?
Nigel Gazy. Originally, my name should have been maybe Kwabinaba. That was my name.
That was your name?
Yeah, originally. That should have been my name.
And where did Nigel come from? You wanted to brothelize it?
No, not so.
You wanted to be hip?
No, we're from a very, very, very extreme poor background. So my mom gave me out, sold me out to Elijah's tent, dashed me out to her sister that I should be a house help. So I was a house help in my auntie's house, and she changed my name to the husband's name. The husband was Professor Samokwesi Gazy, original Institute of Population Studies in Legon. So they changed my name from the Kwabinaba to Nigel Gazy.
So officially, you are not Kwabinaba.
I would say, officially, in all my documents now, I'm Nigel Gazy.
Okay.
But the name that my biological father did give me was Kwabinaba.
Do you like it?
For now, I don't like it. because I'm known and I want to be called by the Nigel Gates because it's speaking for me. Name impacts destiny. So for me, the Nigel is working. Nigel means champion. Yes, so for me, Nigel Gates is working.
And where did you grow up?
I grew up from Jolu. Yes, around.
And that was your auntie's?
That was my auntie. I'm from Asamankesi Brikuman, so there was a village there. So they came to a funeral, and my mother said that my auntie should take me or the maid channel. So my auntie brought me to Jolu, and if she's listen, Mom, I appreciate you and I thank you, and. So she did school me. I started King of Kings International at Jolo Opposite Theatre. Then from there, I went to Abuaka State College and I became their head boy.
What did you study?
I studied general arts, government, CRS, and history. From then, I failed in maths. So I went to Ido College and I bettered the maths. Then in between that time.
But did it get better?
Yeah, I copied.
You copied?
Yes, I copied.
You look like you would.
Say again.
You look like you would.
Okay, that's the word. Okay. So I funny enough, there was a lady, I wrote the review that's Accra Girls, and there was this lady from West G.
Okay.
And I told her that, look, I'm very weak in maths. And with the English, with the art student, we are good because of the literature. So it's either you teach me
the maths and I teach the English.
I teach you the English, or we forfeit. So she was kind to. I hope that WAEC is not listening, so they will cancel my paper. So she was kind enough.
I'm sorry, they are.
So she was kind enough, and I was able to manage, and I had some D. And I made it to Accra Poly. I started purchasing and supply. From there, I thought that it wasn't enough because at that time, I wanted to do the work of God, even at a younger age. And I felt at that time, the men of God in the system, when they speak English, people laugh at them. I used to listen to Channel Asani. They laugh at them. I mean, when they speak English, their lawyers laugh at them. Learned people, baked minds, though they carry the grades, but they don't take them serious. I told them, okay, let me go to Legon. So I had tech. But I said I won't go to tech because if you're talking about the bank, it's the Bank of Ghana. When you're talking about university, it's Legon.
So, I take offense.
That's your word.
I take offense. What are you talking about? I mean, what are you talking about?
There's only one university.
Prophet's far.
There's only one university. And
I would have started the debate, but right now the school's on break, so I won't start.
Yes, sir. So I went to Legon.
And what did you study in Legon?
Linguistics, peace science, and studies of religion.
All this while, you still had at the back of your mind that you wanted to be a prophet.
Yeah, at the age of before JSS 2, JSS 3, I was more powerful than now.
In JSS 2?
Yeah. Anybody who knows me, Nigel Gates, truly. JSS 2, JSS 3, you can't pass by me without not falling. In Abusco, what will happen on Monday when we go to morning devotion, we call it Ebenezer. I tell them by the leading of the Spirit of God, teachers were scared of me. They give things them.
Let me ask you. So, prophets and men of God have what they call the calling.
Yes, please.
There are people who are able to put their finger on the moment they were called,
yes,
or
please.
the voice they heard,
yes,
or
please.
what happened before they turned around and became men of God.
Yes, please.
What's your story?
My story is that I think that at the age of 13, 14, where poverty was beating us, if that's a wrong expression, but just to make a point. So I met this lady called Sister Regina who sells Kelly Willie. So she took me to church and I accepted Christ as my Lord and personal Savior. So then I began. So one of the days I did embark on 14 days fasting. So I was sleeping and in my dream the Lord appeared to me. And the Lord said, He has called me. He will make me like Moses. And He gave me 3 mandates. I should take the prophetic into the nations. I should raise people of fire and declare His second coming. That is why the name of my church is True Word Prophetic Fire Ministries. So since then, anybody I see, when I meet you, I get close to you, I'll mention your name. I'll be able, by the Spirit of God, locate what you are going through. And I prophesy by my 5 senses and my eye. And I hear with my 2 ears, but predominantly, I hear from my right ear. And there's something called prophetic utterance. As I'm speaking with you, I can say something unconsciously, but it's the Spirit of God talking to you. It's called prophetic utterance. So since the age of 13, 14, anybody that knows me, they will tell you. All my ex-girlfriends will tell you.
Ex-girlfriends?
Yes, they will tell you.
There are a lot.
I don't think there are lots, but
like
of course
I'm
not an angel.
How many?
Maybe 3 or 4.
You're not even sure.
Maybe,
It's really,
but they will not be up to 5.
it's really true that your maths is bad.
Very well said.
I see. So yours came to you through a dream,
Yes, please, sir.
and you woke up. You could recall
Yes,
what
sir.
it was like, and
Yes,
you decided that
yes, I wrote it down.
you wrote it down,
Yeah,
and you
and
decided
then for
that
the first time, then if I'm walking, I will see the heavens open.
you see it open.
I see the heavens open, and I'll see angels flapping their wings. And the Lord has appeared to me 3 times. I've seen God, G-O-D, God himself 3 times, one-on-one. I've seen his person, one-on-one. Sometimes he comes to me when there's somebody with me, but the person is not able to make it out that is God, but I'm able to make it out.
At what point did you really decide that, okay, I want to be a man of God all through and through? Because all this while you're going through school,
Yes, please.
you probably had career ambitions.
I had 2 options. Because of how poor my background was, I told myself that in the worst scenario, I want to be a teacher. So I've taught before. I have been a teacher before. I used to teach social studies, CRS, and government in various secondary schools in Ghana. Then I was still admiring and yearning for the giftings. So I think that right after my national service, it began, and I started preaching from lorry station to lorry station, no plan station. Then I'll trek to Amasama, I'll trek to Insaum. I used to preach a lot at Prince Boati Memorial School. And from then, I began going outside the country. And I was there, and the Lord said I should come back to Ghana. And I came back to Ghana, and I began the ministry here. And when I came, I had opportunity to work with Archbishop for a while. But the Lord said...
Archbishop?
Yes, Duncan William for a while. And the Lord said I should start something. So I began. And by the grace of God, I think that the Lord has shown me mercy.
What role did money play in the beginnings? Because you mentioned that you were very poor.
The role money played was that some time ago, money was beating us, if it's a good English. I mean, if there was, Lexus, if there is a word beneath abject poverty, that is where I'm coming from. I never grew up from a family where I saw an auntie, I saw an uncle, I saw a father. I only saw my mother, and she takes her to the. I'm the last one. Unfortunately, I'm the last one, and she takes me to the farm. Or I don't know how to say this in English. Or konuabe, me mami konuabe and sinetimedidi. We used to eat agidi. I don't know if you know agidi. We used to eat kafa. We used to eat agidi and kafa. I remember when I was in Abuakwa State College. It took the Cocoa Board scholarship for me to go through. I wouldn't have been able to go to SS. So I'm Nigel. I come from a very, very poor background. Very.
I asked the role money played in the beginnings because a lot of people parade on the streets as pastors.
Yes, please.
And most of the time they are preaching to get offering.
No, I'm exceptional. I need not to say I'm exceptional, but the Bible says, judge a man by his evidence. I have zero respect for material things. Heaven is my focus. And conscientizing people about the second coming of Jesus is my focus. I'm young, but the mercies of God, where I'm coming from, where God has brought me,
Okay, so when God speaks to prophets, can we prevail upon God to change his mind or take back his words, especially if they are destructive?
Yeah, it's yes and no.
Explain.
Yes, it's yes in the sense that it depends on the message and who the message is being sent to. Right. A typical one was Jonah. When the Lord sent Jonah to Nineveh, Jonah did not want to go. But the Lord told Jonah that at all costs he should go and cry against them. So Jonah did everything that he would, but God did not listen. But when the prophet Isaiah told Ezekiel that the Lord said you are about to die, Ezekiel had a personal relationship with God. So Ezekiel accepted the prophecy, believed it, appreciated it, and went to God. So when a negative, or what Ghanaians call the doom prophecy, is given, it's up to the recipients. It's up to you to whether you believe it or don't believe it, because it's a prophecy. And what is prophecy? Prophecies, we talk about things that you don't see, but it's in the womb of time. With the passage of time, it's going to come to pass. So you have to deal with it. And maybe if the prophet or prophetess who is saying it, you don't believe the person. I believe that any serious person who want to make it in life, who want to be a frontliner, must have a prophet. Just like any serious person has a lawyer, any serious person has a doctor, you have to have a prophet. You have to have a personal pastor. You have to have a personal spiritual person speaking and working on your behalf.
Okay. Does God prophesy only negativity?
To a larger extent, no. But if you're a major prophet, most of the things you see is negativity.
Why?
Why? Because, Bill, if you're a Christian, I tell you that God is going to give you a car, it's no news. If I tell you, Bill, tomorrow God is going to give you a American visa, it's no news. Because that's the least that God will do for his children. But if the devil has plotted premature death for you, it is my mandate as a prophet to come and tell you that this is what the devil is doing. But don't forget that to a large extent, if you read the word of God, if you read of the word of God, Genesis, Revelation, we all know the promises and the prophecies of God for any child of God. I'll be getting what I'm saying. But what the devil is doing, most of us, we don't know. It takes a few who have the spiritual eye, the third eye, to be able to know. So if a prophet tells you that I see sickness, I see this, there'll be rain, there'll be this, there's this, it's good than me coming to tell Bell tomorrow you're gonna have a new Range Rover. No, it's no news. Because if you're in the line of God, if you are in the right standing of God, that's the least that God will do for you.
But isn't that supposed to even help the Christians live better and appreciate God's goodness than always hearing the negativity of prophecies?
What is Range Rover? When I tell you that, Bill, tomorrow you're going to have a Range Rover and tomorrow you die, what is the essence of the Range Rover? If I tell that, Bill, tomorrow you're going to America, you're going to meet Donald Trump, His Excellency Donald Trump, and maybe something bad happens to you. Maybe there's a heart failure, there's a kidney failure. What is the essence of it? So a true deep Christian, negative prophecy is good. But don't forget, the Bible said that the Lord reveals to redeem. The Lord reveals to redeem. So as soon as it's revealed, you thank God about it, you pray about it, maybe you sacrifice, you build an altar on it, and you are good to go.
Does God sanction deaths?
Yes, God sanctions death.
Really?
Yeah, God sanctions. The Bible says that.
Why?
The Bible says the wages of sin. The wages of sin.
And that is sanctioned by God.
Of course, yes. There's, the land of Sodom and Gomorrah, God slapped them, wiped them off. And that is why I always tell people that lesbianism and gayism is a direct affront to God. And anybody listen to who is a lesbian, who is a gay, it is a curse. The Bible says that it is a direct affront to God. So God does.
And even if you pray and prevail upon him, will the person still die?
It is a prerogative right of God. You see, God has
not you.
No, I can plead. I'm just the prophet. I'm just the mediator. Abraham pleaded. Abraham at Sodom and Gomorrah. He said, will you destroy the righteous with the unbeliever? Will you destroy the righteous with a sinner? Even if they are 5, even if they are 50. Pleaded to the lowest point. But they did not get it. And God dilapidated, destroyed the whole place.
Okay. Did God sanction Ebony's death? I'm asking Ebony because, of course, she's a topic of public interest.
Right.
Did God sanction Ebony's death?
I won't say so. It is, for me, as a prophet of God, I want to respect her memory. And I don't want to go, she has a family, she has loved ones, so I don't want to go deep into that. If you could use a different scenario, maybe I could speak to that. Because I personally
I don't know any other scenario you have prophesied about.
Maybe you should say Mr. A or Mr. B, can God sanction that? I can speak to that. So I want to respect her memory.
Okay.
It's unfortunate.
Without getting into the details of it,
yes,
just wondering though, how did the communication come to you, and were you directed to do something about it?
Yes, I was indeed directed to do something. I was preaching live. I preached on number 1 FM and Vision 1. So I was live on, and the Lord told me, I did not even know her. So the Lord told me that there's a lady called Ebony, she's going to die in February on the Sunyani Road with Keche Kwame Apia. So I said it, and when I said it, people call Keche Kwame Apia, and it was a Friday. So he came to my office. I was sitting down talking to people one-on-one. So when I realized that that's him, I said, okay, let me pray with you. I don't pray for people, I pray with people. So I pray with him, and I told him that he should sit in my chair, and I was wearing a slipper. I asked him to wear the slipper. And that was it. So I was expecting that. And one of the days I met Bullet down, I was going into my car and I was told, Black Rasta is my son. So Black Rasta, so that is Bullet's, that's the manager of Ebony, the lady you have prophesied about. So I said, bring the lady, because I've seen something about her. And it's unfortunate. So I did not even know, I forgot.
But he denied that you reached out.
I mean, of course, I won't lie. I'm a man of God. I'm a leader.
But you heard him deny it?
Yes, I heard him deny. That's it. My son. That's my son was there. We're three. Black Rasta. This very son was there, and she did not come. But it's unfortunate because that was a great talent. It's unfortunate, and this is why the team of my program is When Your Battle Is From Home.
Okay.
Because I know whoever killed the person.
You know.
Very well so.
And you're saying that the person is from home.
Very well so.
Without giving much away, why?
They'll kill because when they see a star, they'll kill you. When they know that you do well, they'll leave the drunkard and kill the graduates. They'll leave the villager and kill the one who is in the city. If you are doing well, you are a threat. Nobody, I mean, you are doing well. The devil doesn't want people who are doing well.
Okay.
Yeah.
You talk about how come you spoke to Bullet and, well, mentioned that he should bring the lady over.
Well, so.
He didn't. But from where you said, if you really could do something about it, why didn't you? I mean, yes, maybe you've told him, oh, bring the lady over to my church or something, but you knew and you have been instructed by God that maybe this will happen. So if you really could do something about it, I mean, couldn't you have... I'm just thinking that maybe you didn't try hard enough.
Lexus, you see...
Did you want it to happen?
No, please. Lexus, if you stay with me for 24 hours, you'll feel pity for me. Since within the last 24 hours, I've not even slept for two hours. The people on me, the workload on me, and sometimes when the prophecy is given, it depends on the posture of the person. Lexus, it depends on the posture of the person. I had a vision about Obo, the musical presence. I didn't have his direct number. I called Black Rasta. Black Rasta connected me to him. And by the message of God, whatever I was saying, it was on point. And he said he believed it. I prayed with him. And he asked me that, oh, so prophet, should I come and see you? I said, no need to come and see me. Because what I saw, you have called. You've shown respect to the oil. So I'll deal with it. But this one, and at that time, I did not even know who she was. The Lord told me there's a lady called Ebony. She's going to die just like Susie Williams died on the Sunyani Road with Keche Kwame Appiah. So it was their business. I have a lot of things on me. But a lot of things. If
the Lord even likened her death to somebody like Susie Williams, who, of course, you knew that she was a huge star then. It should have been a big deal.
The point I'm making here is that, you see, I have a lot of things on my hands. Lexus, I have a lot. I'm saying that I did not want this to be the focus of the interview, because that's the least of the things.
No, of course, yeah.
God is using me to heal HIV. God is using me to heal cancer. God is using me to give babies to people. God is using me to restore destiny.
Yeah.
Greater things to do. So that was a list that, and I've seen your manager as a prophet of God, leader of a serious church. I tell you that this is what I've seen. And again, we are in a country whereby people don't respect men of God. People when they get one small car, when they get what to eat, they think that everybody is fake. They think that everybody want their money. They think that it is high time people respect men of God. It is high time people take prophets serious in this country, because every nation that does not take its prophet serious, the nation, as it were, jeopardy hits them.
Joy 99.7 FM, Prophet Nigel Gacy. It's 4 o'clock. When we're back, there's more. Stay tuned in.
Joy headline news at 4. My name is Aisha Ibrahim. Coming up, 3-year-old boy who suffered multiple fractures in accident that killed 7 transferred to the Kolebu Teaching Hospital for treatment. Government pushes for fresh members on UK and UST Council. And PricewaterhouseCoopers drags General Overseer of ICGC, his church and 14 others to the High Court, accusing them of fraud. Let's settle for the details. The 3-year-old boy who suffered multiple fractures in an accident that killed 7 people at Gomwampota on the Kaswa-Winneba Highway last night has been transferred to the Kolebu Teaching Hospital for treatment. This is coming almost 20 hours after the incident. Medical Director at the Winneba Trauma and Specialist Hospital, Dr. Douglas Amponsa, says the little boy's condition has improved.
The condition has improved drastically this morning. After yesterday, he could not even move any part of his body. But after this morning, he has gained some level of consciousness. But he's a child, and we are managing as a case of head injury. So we need a neurologist assessment. And for that matter, the child is on the way to Kolebu.
Dr. Douglas Amponsa there. Meanwhile, relatives of the dead have been identifying their family members at the Winneba Government Hospital, and the survivors are reported to be responding to treatment. The tipper truck driver whose vehicle collided with that of the Deputy Communication Minister, George Anda, has been given police enquiry bail by the Fanko Circuit Court. He's expected to report to the police station daily. The police are waiting for Mr. Anda to write his statement, but 3 persons have written their reports to the police on what happened. PricewaterhouseCoopers has sued founder of the International Central Gospel Church, ICGC, Pastor Mensa Otabel, the ICGC Church, and 13 others for fraud. The Bank of Ghana in August 2017 approved the takeover of Capital Bank by the GCB Bank due to its insolvency. The receivers want the stakeholders to be ordered to recover monies in excess of 400 million cedis. Raymond Aqua has details of what PwC is seeking.
They are asking the court to retrieve the monies for them. They are saying that they want a declaration that the defendants are in breach of their fiduciary duties to the plaintiff under the Companies Code 1963. There is also an order which is directed at the first person to pay 468 million. That's William Atu ACN. Again, there's an order which is directed at the third person to also pay an amount of 2.4 million and 36 million separately.
You heard Raymond Aqua with those details. First Lady Rebecca Ekufo has expressed worry about the low literacy rate among children in the country. She's been speaking at a ceremony at GIS here in Accra to celebrate Ghanaian winners in the Queen's Commonwealth Essay Competition. And the Prince of Wales has announced that his foundation, the Prince of Wales Charitable Foundation, will begin work in Africa, starting from Ghana to address youth unemployment. Speaking at a public lecture on young entrepreneurship, Prince Charles said he intends to empower and equip young people with innovative skills to enable them start their own jobs.
My own foundation, therefore, has been working with the Commonwealth Local Government Board, the Commonwealth Association of Planners and Commonwealth Association of Architects to develop an online toolkit that will help shape growth in secondary cities where most of the projected urbanisation is expected to occur.
You heard Prince Charles, the Prince of Wales, speaking about his foundation. Information Minister Kojo Ponkroma says no old member of the Governing Council of KNUST must be included in the new council. Addressing the media this morning, Mr. Ponkroma said a new council will do a thorough job in attempts to resolve the issues, and those found to have played a role in last month's disturbances will be brought to book.
The old council is a party to the impasse that took place on the KNUST campus. It is important to ensure that a council that is put in place has the freedom of hand, etc., to superintend that exercise.
Meanwhile, the University Teachers Association of Ghana, UTAG, says it is convening a meeting on the latest turn of events to determine their response. Academic activities at Nkurankan Presby Basic School and the Yulo Krobot municipality of the Eastern region have stalled after a strange pot containing blood was found on the school's compound. Parents have arrived on the school's compound to pick their children home. The police have meanwhile arrested a spiritualist who is believed to have buried the pot in the school. And to other stories, Chief Executive of Dalex Finance, Ken Thompson, is advising government to stop borrowing and concentrate on raising revenue to improve the economy. Speaking on the AM show on Multi-TV, Mr. Thompson said, much as Ghana needs money to fund its infrastructural projects, improving revenue generation must be the new drive.
If we want to develop, there will be some level of borrowing. but it's how we use the money. As a country, we should be asking ourselves, should we really be borrowing at this level? Should we be increasing our debt? And I would say no. We should stop borrowing. We want to raise income. We've got to widen the tax net, and we've got to cut expenditure, or do both. But this borrowing has to stop. We are mortgaging
Chief Executive
our future.
of Dalex Finance, Ken Thompson, ending headline news at 4. You are updated.
Joy 99.7 FM.
What can't you do, Jesus? Let's go!
Oh Lord, revive thy works in the midst of the years. ICGC Miracle Temple presents Revival Flames 2018. Speakers, Dr. Abel Damina, Power City International, Nigeria, Prophet Christopher Yao Ano, ICGC Holy Ghost Temple, Ghana. Host, Reverend Edward Kisi, ministering in songs, the Miracle Temple Choir, and others. Side attraction, a Revival Flames float, and one member, one soul evangelism on the 3rd of November at 6 a.m. Conference dates, Tuesday, 6th to Sunday, 11th November 2018, 6 to 9 p.m. in the evenings. Venue, ICGC Miracle Temple, Community 12, Tama. Revival Flames, igniting revival for Christ.
Do not improvise an auto gas cylinder. Make sure the auto gas cylinder is properly installed by a qualified technician. Always keep a fire extinguisher handy in case of a fire. Stand at a safe distance and attack the base of the flames. Avoid decanting LPG from one cylinder to the other. Domestic transfer of LPG should be avoided. Cars fitted with auto gas cylinders should be filled at the appropriate filling stations. A message from the National Petroleum Authority.
Petroleum gas, use it safely.
FPAC is effective for headaches and relieves the symptoms of flu, colds, and catarrh. FPAC blows away the pain associated with sore throats. During and after a hard day's work, FPAC relieves you of body pains. After the day's sports workout, FPAC helps the body to control the aching muscles. FPAC is effective against feverishness. FPAC reduces body temperature associated with malaria and other fevers. FPAC is effective against rheumatic pains. You can find FPAC in all pharmacy and chemical select shops throughout the country. FPAC is not recommended for children less than 16 years of age, ulcer and asthmatic patients, pregnant and lactating mothers. If symptoms persist for more than 2 days, consult your doctor. FPAC blows your pain away.
FPAC Junior follows in the tradition of FPAC tablets, a trusted friend to relieve your child of pain associated with teething, catarrh, cold, and fever. The good that FPAC does for you, FPAC Junior does for your child. FPAC Junior is for children between 6 months and 12 years. FPAC Junior blows your child's pain away.
Boss, I want 4 days leave. I'm taking my husband to Dubai.
Dubai Circle or Dubai Mankesim?
Oh, boss, the original Dubai.
You? You won't even spend money to go to Adan.
I have a secret. Every week, one lucky person gets an all-expense paid trip for 2 to Dubai, airtime, and more in the Come Up Buy and Fly promo. Just buy any Camel or Carex product with a scratch panel. Scratch and text the code to 1393, and you can also be on your way to Dubai like me.
Julie Ju in Dubai.
Hey, I'm about to flood the internet with selfies. Facebook, Instagram, everywhere. Camel cleans, cares, and protects for healthy skin.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
What can't you do, Jesus? Let's go!
Oh Lord, revive thy works in the midst of the years. ICGC Miracle Temple presents Revival Flames 2018. Speakers, Dr. Abel Damina, Power City International, Nigeria, Prophet Christopher Yao Ano, ICGC Holy Ghost Temple, Ghana. Host, Reverend Edward Kisi, ministering in songs, the Miracle Temple Choir, and others. Side attraction, a Revival Flames float, and one member, one soul evangelism on the 3rd of November at 6 a.m. Conference dates, Tuesday, 6th to Sunday, 11th November 2018, 6 to 9 p.m. in the evenings. Venue, ICGC Miracle Temple, Community 12, Tama. Revival Flames, igniting revival for Christ.
If you buy Shell Fuel, make some noise. If you buy Shell Fuel, make some noise. If you buy Shell Fuel, so you drive everywhere, well then Shell has something just for you.
Shell is rewarding all drivers with 7 brand new Hyundai Grand i10 cars, 100 motorbikes, free shopping for 1 month, 3 to 6 months, free fuel, and over 300,000 Ghana cedis worth of instant airtime in the Shell Philonia Deep promo reloaded. Just drive to any Shell station and buy at least 80 Ghana cedis worth of fuel to receive a scratch card. Then dial *714 *40 hash. Press send, enter the code, and press send again, and you could drive off with one of the over 90,000 instant giveaways, or play in the 6 bi-weekly draws to win one of the brand new cars, motorbikes, 3 to 6 months free fuel, and many more for grabs. Fill your tank today with Shell Fuel Save and win. This promo is in partnership with Hyundai Motors Investments and NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform and runs from now till 23rd December. T's and C's apply. Shell Fuel Save. Fuel designed to last longer. Fill a need deep.
As they say, trust takes years to build, seconds to break, and forever to repair. Barclays has built a relationship with you over the last 100 years based on our understanding of your needs. We've mastered banking and guarantee your money will always be secure with us 100%. Yes, 100%. After all, that is why we are the Euromoney 2018 Best Bank in Ghana. So, whether you have corporate, SME, or personal banking needs, Barclays is still your best bet. What are you waiting for? Make your next move your best move. Open an account with Barclays now and put your future in the safest hands. Barclays, part of the Absa family.
Wow.
Yeah.
Shandonia Garden is massive. Hey, what's that over there?
It's a plant tennis court, swimming pool, and a gym coming soon.
And the houses, unique in their own way.
Okay, darling, wait till you see ours.
What?
Why?
Wait.
Now tell me, what do you think?
Oh, just so serene. Thank you. I love you.
Visit our luxurious gated community at Shandonia Garden off the Tema Highway. Our lands are fully titled and litigation-free with flexible payment plans you can afford. So let us bring you to Shandonia Gardens, where your dream lands. Contact us today on 0302 732529 and 0302 765436 or visit us at shandoniaproperties.com.
That's the sound of my heart breaking the first time I said I wanted to be a cassava farmer.
Thank you.
But this was when I graduated with first class honors in agriculture. Oh, my first harvester. The last harvester I ordered online. That's people seeing my fresh cassava page on Facebook and Instagram. And endless number of calls for my quick fufu all year round.
There are beautiful connections that bridge humble todays to amazing tomorrows on Ghana's #1 network, everywhere you go.
Buying a new car isn't just about the physical product. It is decision made to achieve lasting peace of mind. The all-new Toyota Corolla with reinforced suspension, reliable engine performance, quiet cabin atmosphere, stability, and superior maneuvering is your smart choice. Be smart. Stay ahead of your peers with the all-new Toyota Corolla. Whether it is the 1.6 liters or the 1.8 liters automatic, you get maximum fuel economy because the Toyota Corolla has been redesigned to give you extra mileage and deliver the best driving experience. Want more? Take advantage of our huge discounts promo this season by visiting any of our showrooms or call 0302-910-204 now. Make that smart decision. Think economy. Think value for money. Toyota Corolla, your dependable partner for life.
I am Dr. Acacia. Acacia is accepted in over 500 health facilities in all 10 regions, so your workers can stay healthy and productive wherever your business may take them. Acacia Health Insurance. We place value on those you value.
You look so much better when you smile. So smile.
Are you smiling today? Because it's another great day of smiles with Fidelity Bank. Switch your salary accounts to Fidelity and smile. Get a loan of up to 200,000 cedis and smile. Get approval within 2 days and smile. And there's no processing fee, so smile. Switch to Fidelity Bank and put a great big smile on your face today. Because when you smile, we smile. Call 3355 now for more reasons to smile. T's and C's apply. Fidelity Bank. Believe with us.
After 50 years of giving you the best innovative electronic appliances for your home, do you possibly think we're going to let you have a normal Christmas? Of course not. Christmas just got 50 times better as Media celebrates its 50th anniversary in the Media Big Sale. This Christmas, Media is giving everybody big discounts and free gifts when you shop for your home. It's a big sale with the coolest deals, with a fridge starting at 649 Ghana cedis, double door 1,099 Ghana cedis, freezer 899 Ghana cedis, and the side-by-side going for 3,999 Ghana cedis. Washing machine starting at 1,399 Ghana cedis, plus free gifts such as coffee makers, bedside fridges, blenders, irons, and so many freebies from Media this Christmas. Visit any Media showroom or authorized reseller while stocks last. We have every reason to celebrate this season this big. So join us with the 50th anniversary Big Sale Christmas promo. Don't miss out on this. You might run into Santa. Who knows? Call 0533-159-739 now. Merry Media Christmas.
Where Duraplast goes, water flows.
Hey, here comes the water.
Duraplast better and last so longer.
Duraplas pipes last longer because they're strong.
Go out and purchase yourself a Duraplast. Well, I don't know why the people them about that. The blood we pipes are just don't deliver. If you want a house that will last so longer, then you need a pipe that just build better. So don't get it wrong.
Duraplast stronger.
Don't get it wrong.
Duraplast better.
Don't get it wrong.
Duraplast stronger.
So don't get it wrong. I follow my song. Me say don't get it wrong.
Hey, here comes the water.
Duraplast better and
To guarantee it's durable, it's got to be Duraplast.
Africa is gold for the biggest music event in Africa. 5th All Africa Music Awards, AFRIMA, in association with the African Union Commission and brought to you by the Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture on Saturday, November 24th, 2018 at the Accra International Conference Center, Ghana.
Red carpet starts at 4:30 p.m. AFRIMA Awards broadcast live to 84 countries and starts at 7:30 p.m. Africa is gold.
Thank you for AFRIMA for having us here.
AFRIMA for hope, for celebration.
Unique Insurance is offering free breakdown towing service plus payment of minor accident claims within 2 hours. Get your comprehensive motor insurance from Unique Insurance today and enjoy breakdown towing service at no cost to you anytime, anywhere. In addition, minor accident claims will be paid within 2 hours. Call Unique Insurance now, 050-1550-383. Unique Insurance, where your needs come first. Terms and conditions apply.
I recommend High-Tech Integrated Ghana Limited. Our services are: we build, we renovate, we manage properties, we buy and sell properties, cyber security, weapon screening, security surveillance, crowd management, car tracking, VIP protection, specie and cash in transit, oil and gas security. Call us on 050-500-8146 or visit our website at hightechintegratedsystems.com. High-Tech Integrated Ghana Limited. We are the dependable partner in your industry.
Joy 99.7 FM. Joy 99.7 FM.
Drive time on Joy with Lexus Bill.
Me da wase mi ame dia waya mama fi mu mi waya erade wa ma wo saswa mama esira me da wase o abreni na mu wa ma wo saswa mama esira me da wase o abreni na
Joy 99.7 FM.
me da wase erade Dear, why your mama fimu me you are yeah. Ninya me ma won saswa mama yeshira. Me da was you. I bring in them. Mama won saswa mama yeshira. Me da was you. I bring in them.
His name is Ernest Opoku. Here on Joy 99.7 FM. This is Drive Time on Joy. I'm Lexus Bill. Hope you're having a great Monday. We're spending time with Prophet Nigel Gazy here on Behind the Fame. Very interesting conversations and understanding the things of the spirits and prophecy here on Joy FM. If you want to bank the smart way, please bank with Bank of Africa and you'd earn interest up to 3% as commission on your average balance. For SMEs, open a current account and maintain an average balance of 10,000 cedis and above, and you'd earn interest up to 3% as commission on your average balance every month. And for a special Aquaba treat for our new customers, open a savings account or current account and enjoy an additional 1% interest as welcome commission for 3 calendar months. There's indeed something for everyone. For more details on how to participate and sign on, visit any Bank of Africa branch nationwide, or you can call 0302 429 333. Bank of Africa. Bank smart. Earn more.
Joy 99.7 FM.
Regards going out to you, my brother Ben Amu Bafo of Wilma Africa Limited. Have a great day. There's a super duper deal at Melcom. Yeah, Melcom Best Buy promotion is on. Enjoy amazing cracking deals on selected supermarket products. From your Don Simon to your baked beans, your Coca-Cola, Nivea, Pampers, Incolac, Lele Rice, Adia Chicken, Club Bear, Fritol Oil, Milo, Fortune Rice, you name it. A ton of them. Terms and conditions do apply. Melcom Best Buy promotions. Super duper deals always. Melcom, where Ghana shops. See, your living room deserves class, warmth, and of course, a haven for all. Friends, family must enjoy a comfortable and serene atmosphere right there in your house. And that's why Asfoam has produced sofas and couches to fit in every corner and space of your home. Asfoam Ghana, the home of comfort, brings you the choicest of design sofas, couches, tables, chairs for your poolside, balcony, or garden area. Our sofas are crafted to offer support for your spine when you sit to relax your nerves. Yeah. So visit our showrooms across the country and delight yourself with Asfoam exquisite living room furniture, including the 7-seater Jinyame, 7-seater Sankofa, the L-shaped MFA Deluxe, 6-seater Akuma, 7-seater Ohima, Fafali, and Reina couch. You can also add to the beauty of your garden, balcony, or poolside our rattan chairs. Our sofas are of high quality, they're durable and affordable as well, and they come in different colors of our upholstery and quality leather. So call us on 0243 200 729 or 0248 005300, or visit our showrooms in all the big malls in Ghana and other locations near you. We do free delivery to your doorstep. So be an Asfoamer now. Asfoam. Feel it. Know it.
Joy 99.7 FM.
Apologies, we're unable to bring you our Best Western Plus Heritage Minute earlier, but it's 25 minutes past 4 o'clock. We can bring it to you now. Our Heritage Minute with David Donto, proudly brought to you by Best Western Plus Accra Hotel.
Hello, Ghana. It's another bright and beautiful day, and it's always a great time to connect on Heritage Minute. My name is David Donto, and I will be your guide. Ever wondered the origin of the names of our cities? Indeed, why not start with the capital, Accra? Legend has it that centuries ago, when groups and tribes were discovering other settlers, the Fantis observed and likened the Gans to ants, in reference to their number and wondrous nature. Nkran, meaning numerous black ants, is how the Fantis describing the indigenous Ga people they saw on the coast. Nkran was later corrupted into Accra by Danish traders and has evolved into its current iteration, Accra. There you have it, your little nugget for today. For more insight, log on to our social media handles at Best Western Plus Hotel, Tishinungwa. Like our pages and look out for exciting packages and stand a chance to win a voucher for our special weekend treat. Until tomorrow, keep feeding your sense of heritage. Abanabo.
Joy 99.7 FM.
That is our Heritage Minute with David Donto, proudly brought to you by Best Western Plus Accra. It's in Nungwa, great place. This weekend, the Inshona Grill is on. Come by for a good time at Best Western Plus Hotel. We're still live in the studio with the man, Prophet Nigel Gazy, here on Drive Time on Joy, as we get to know more about his life, prophecy, and of course, kingdom work. Prophet, how you doing? You good?
I'm good, sir.
Relaxed?
Very relaxed.
Seeing prophecies?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Very
Okay. Well, we hope at the end of the conversation you see a prophecy about Ghana. Somebody wants you to prophesy about
pray.
Ghana.
I think that, but the leaders have said a lot about Ghana. I've already said a lot about Ghana.
Yes. I think that one of the things I heard you say is that the next election will be...
being less say. If we say me say, it's like I'm saying in my capacity, but me being led to say.
Okay, you being led to say,
yes, sir.
Is that the next election will be won by the NDC?
Yes, please, sir.
How did you see that? You know, sometimes I wonder how you see these things, you know.
It's most about 99% of the prophecy is seen through dreams.
Dreams?
Yeah, through dreams.
Okay.
And about 1% or maybe 10% is drawing personal one-on-one encounter. And we'll prophesy by our two eyes, our nose, our mouth, and I said our five senses. And there is something called prophetic utterance, which I've already explained.
Okay.
So when I get closer to you, like I'm sitting opposite to you, if you have any problem in your major organs, I'll feel it within my body. Yes, I'll feel it. Let's say you have may God forbid, for the purpose of the conversation, let's say you have a problem with your heart. I'll feel it in my heart. I'll feel palpitation. I'll feel instantaneously. I'll feel some. So I'll interpret it that the Lord is telling me blah blah blah. So when I get, that's why the prophet will say, look at me. The prophet will get closer to you. So we'll pick you by our senses. That's it.
Should we get you a bottle of water so that if your heart is beating or something, then you know?
Oh
that
no, I'm okay. I'm okay.
I don't want your heart to beat.
If you play my song, maybe my eyes can open.
Okay.
I can prophesy.
Interesting. But that particular prophecy about Ghana and the fact that the NDC will win the next election, were you led to do anything else, or you were just led to say it?
No. I've said it, I've seen it by the mercies of God more than 16 times, and I'm a prophet. And again, the atmosphere is not. I mean, I don't want to make. I mean, the list you say people insult you here and there, and I've had enough of that. But the time has come for people of the Ghanaian to take men of God, especially the prophetic, very serious.
Okay.
When the NDC was in power, I was led to prophesy that they will lose, and they will lose abysmally. That was the word the Lord told me. And they will lose abysmally in Parliament, and it came to pass. And this one, I've repeatedly seen that they have won. And if they should bring the former president, they'll win.
That's former President Mahama.
The Lord told me that if I'm a vessel, I'm a messenger. The Lord told me clearly, without any ambiguity, that if the Ghanaian, we don't bring back the former president, the NDC in 2020, Ghana will go back like 83. That's what the Lord told me.
I see. Have you had members of the MPP reach out to you?
I think my church is made up of a cross section of CPP, MPP, and I'm not a politician. I speak the man of God, and that's it.
But I'm talking about leaders of the NPP, and probably do you have an idea how they feel about it?
When they are empowered, they will not listen. That's it. Unless they lose.
Okay.
So it happened to the MPP. Sorry, it happened to the NDC. When they were in power and we were trumpeting, the prophet was saying, they did not listen and they lost.
Okay. This particular prophecy has brought you a lot of controversy as well.
Very well so.
Even in the pastoral front.
Yes, please.
I actually heard of an issue with...
I've had a lot of scandals because of that, which had to I wasn't having any scandal. He manufactured scandals.
Because of this particular
because
prophecy.
of this prophecy.
And amazingly, it's not from the political sphere. It's from the pastoral spiritual fear.
Very also.
You had a problem with Prophet Owusu Bempah because of this.
I personally don't have a problem with it.
But he had a problem with you.
If he's listening, I salute him and I appreciate the grace upon his life. I believe that he's a senior man of God, and I thank God for his life. But God speaks to all of us as his men.
So what was the issue with him?
I think that
he had a problem that you had a prophecy.
Maybe he did, but I have no problem with him. And after that, I've gone through the worst. I've gone through the worst pain.
How?
I've gone through the worst pain.
What?
Where I'm having my church, they've gone through the man, and the man has taken me to court.
You mean Prophet Owusu Bempah's people?
I don't know if he did it, but I know that it's a man of God behind it.
Okay.
Yes, I've paid the place.
Your instincts tell you it's
not my
Bempah.
instincts. The Lord told me. That's your word. I did not say it's him.
No, I'm just trying to find out. But you know which man of God it is.
Yes, very well so. And the person is a prophet. It's an insider.
Okay.
So they've manipulated through. They've gone through the landlord, and a place I've paid. I paid $3,500 a month. I've paid in years. He has gone to court. So as we speak, we are in court. He said I should be kicked out of that place. So we are in court, and my car, my Mercedes Benz, they went to bend it.
They went to bend your car?
Yes, they bent my car. And I was having a service. They brought juju. Sometimes by the time I get into the church, sorry to say, serious people are listening to your program. Forgive me. Feces, latrine, urine, they'll come and pour it in my church. And these are a few of the things that, every month I have to change my number because of some of the things I go through. I don't walk alone. I don't drive alone. Now, I'm going through a lot, but I believe God that the Lord that has called me and has given me a message for the nation, He's more than capable to keep me and preserve me and all the men and women in my life.
Why do you think this particular prophecy about the next election is the cause of all this?
And I think that somebody feels that he's in a space, and a young firebrand prophet has taken the space. So humanly, as some of them are, which their focus should not be Jesus, but their focus will be their personal parochial interests. They'll fight you, they'll try to terrorize you, they'll try to do things that if you are not a man enough, you run away out of town.
Okay, I'm not I get your rhetorics and your generalizations when it comes to mentioning names and whatnot. But from where I sit, if you say that the space and a young man coming into the space, I can only place one prophet there. That's Prophet Owusu Bempah.
Yeah, let me say here, I'm a bold prophet of God. That's one of the signs of a prophet. We are in our country, we don't allow young men and women to rise. Any young man and woman in any facet of life, whether in banking, anywhere, they don't want you to rise. They want to pull you down. They want to pull down. They do everything to pull you down and bring you down. And it is not exclusive with respect to the pastoral, the prophetic office. So what I'm going through is a prophet who is doing it. I have some of them on tape. I have some of them calling my other bishop friends, saying certain damning things that they pay women to come out to say things which even if I was a worst unbeliever, Nigel Gacy, I'll not even do. They pay bloggers, they pay media for them to write things. Before this prophecy, I was doing my ministry is doing well. I did not have any scandal whatsoever. I said here, a man of God paid the woman to come and say that the woman took me to Gambia for juju. Me, as I sit here, anybody who truly knows me knows that this gift I had it whilst I was a child, whilst I was a young man. And
so, it's quite interesting that in your
there is mafia in ministry than any other
your
place.
Ministry, which is supposed to be a holy ministry where things are done by the principles of God and whatnot.
No.
So are you surprised if people don't take prophets serious?
I'll say yes and no. But again, I will say that you have to take prophets serious because we have real prophets in Ghana. And I can say without not missing words that the whole world, the prophets in Ghana, we are much more unique. The prophet in Ghana, we are much more anointed than any other prophet in any part of the world.
But you don't know the other prophets in other parts of the world.
We know that. We know ourselves. I watch TV and we meet them. Like you're a journalist, you know yourself. What I'm saying. Though you are in Ghana, but you know CNN, BBC, so we know ourselves. We watch them, we see them, we meet them. We weigh ourselves spiritually. The Ghanaian prophet are good prophets. The Ghanaian prophet are quality anointed prophets.
So when prophets are going through doing all sorts of things, you are prophets who are sending people to burn your car.
Of course, yes.
You are working with people because you are probably afraid of your life. I'm sure you are armed.
I won't speak to that, but I'll say that.
Are you armed?
God is protecting me.
Are you armed, Prophet Gazel?
Gazy.
Gazy. Nigel. I added the Nigel and the Gazy.
I'm very spiritual and physically.
So you are physically armed as well.
Very well so.
So I mean, for a prophet, you should be able to. Why?
If you joke, somebody will waste your life. I know men of God that are fellow men of God have sent people, assailants on them, and robbers on them to destroy them.
Are you friends with Professor Owusu Bempah?
No, I can't be a friend to him.
Why?
He's a senior man of God. He's supposed to be a father, but he didn't accept that handshake.
Why?
It's I can't answer for him. I respect the oil of him. I thank God for his life, but I mean, I'm not. I can't be his father.
Is he threatened by the power you have?
Maybe.
Do you think so?
Maybe so.
Is it so?
Very well so.
Okay.
Joy 99.7 FM.
Are you friends with Professor Obinim? Is he prophet?
He's a bishop.
Bishop
Okay.
Obinim. Are you friends with him?
I know him and I appreciate the oil of God upon his life. And the last 2 weeks he said that he likes me, so I also say I like him.
But you're not friends with him. Are you friends with him?
No, we are not friends. He knows me at a distance. I know him at a distance.
Is he an angel?
No human being can be an angel. It's a fallacy.
Hey. Probably is.
Bills. The word of God must be.
So, angel Obinim is not an angel.
No human being. You see, when we say then
let me ask the question. Well, is he a human being?
He's a human being. I'm coming to a point. The human, we are in a faculty. We are in a body. Angels are in a body. Animals are in a body. No human being can be semi-human and angel.
So, but he said he's an angel.
Then you are becoming a demon.
So, is he? So he's not an angel.
No, by the standard of the word of God,
he's not an angel.
No human being is an angel.
So he's a demon.
That's your word. I'm sorry.
No, but you said if you are a human being, so
that is your word.
Demon.
I distance myself. Don't take me there.
I'm not saying that.
I'm saying that by the standard of birth.
So did he lie to say he's an angel?
No, what I'm trying to say that I'm here to defend the word of God. I'm here to lift up the name of Jesus, right? Not any individual.
Okay.
But let's put any individual. Until there is a friend. If there is a friend comes and say that, Prophet, I'm an angel, I will say that you're a demon. Because no human being can be an angel.
Right.
Angels, you can be used. Your ministry can be used with respect to angelic ministry.
Yeah.
But you, the human being, as I sit here, sometimes my spirit travels. Sometimes I can be in Ghana, my spirit might be in UK, my spirit can be in Sierra Leone, but that does not make me an angel.
Okay.
I know human being. Some of these things, they are comics of the ministry. They are the excesses of the ministry.
Are they allowed?
In the house of a great man, the Bible says we have service of wood, silver, and gold. But the master admonishes all of us to be gold. So you can tell yourself, you can level yourself to wood or silver, but some of us want to be gold, want to be refined, and want to live in the tenets of the word of God. I mean,
are you able to make out false prophets?
The Bible says by their fruits you can tell. So by their fruit I can tell.
Are you a false prophet?
I won't say me by my fruits, by my evidence. You should. I cannot be. I cannot surrogate the right to be a judge in my own court.
You have been told that you're a false prophet before.
Let's put into perspective who said I'm a false prophet.
You've not heard?
No, I've heard it on.
That's what I'm saying.
Very well so. But the Bible says that by their fruit, by my evidence. I'm Prophet Nigel.
So when you hear people say you're a false prophet,
I forgive them. Even Jesus, they said that he was false. Jesus, I just returned from Israel to pray. They said that he's using the spirit of Beelzebub. So if the master Jesus, they said, so how much would I say about me? But the point is that you have to look at my ministry. You have to investigate my ministry and check the evidence that I don't sell water. I don't sell smoja. I don't sell kerosene. My church is not a marketplace. When they come and see me one-on-one, I don't take any money. Anytime you come, I defend and lift up what just the word of God says. After that, I'll lead you to pray. After that, they'll sing praise and worship. The hand of God will be great upon my life. I'll call you, tell you whatever I'm seeing, I'm hearing. You go and get evidence. If that makes me fake, and then it is not in light of the word of God. So check my life, my evidence. The Bible says that if any man of God has married more than 2 or 3, then that person is fake. I have not. The Bible says that. So let's go in the line of the word of God. It's not what the man says. And you see, for no man can understand me entirely. And when God was calling me, nobody was there.
Yeah.
So sometimes I can just forgive them. Okay. But if you know the pains I go through for the word of God to be heard as a young man of God, you will not even say that, but will forgive them.
What do you go through? Can you share with us? We want to appreciate that that you go through.
From my day start from Wednesday evening. From Wednesday evening till now, I've not gone home.
You've not gone home?
No, I have not gone home.
Where have you been? In the church?
Yes, in the church. But since yesterday, I've not eaten. Since yesterday, I've not eaten. Why haven't I eaten? I've not eaten because I have service tonight. I have to go through that so as I can be a blessing unto people. As my age, I've denied myself of certain pleasures.
Like?
You're a guy. You went to university. I went to university. You know what's up. I know what's up.
Well, I don't know what's up.
Okay, let's say you don't know what's up. With the mercies and with the blessings God has given me at my level, I mean, there's nothing I cannot call it a short to a larger extent. But we have denied ourselves of all of this so that we can be a vessel for God to use us. I don't eat certain food. I've never gone to a club. I don't chew meat.
Okay.
I can chew meat. But
is that spiritual? Or?
Yes, it's a spiritual. If you want to get into a higher level, you should reduce your intake of meat, especially meat that has blood. Yeah, I do fish. I do a little of egg. I hope you get what I'm saying. All of this, I'm denying myself because of that. There are certain days that we are denying ourselves because of that.
Are you married?
Very well so.
How long?
So long.
How long is long?
It's relative. Say 7-8 years.
Oh, I see. You have kids?
Yeah, 2 kids.
You have 2.
Yeah.
What do you say to people who talk about pastors who flaunt wealth? Many pastors have been criticized for buying all the luxury cars, building mansions and whatnot.
Thank you, Lexus. You see, when Shabarangs drives Maserati, everybody celebrates it. When prophet A, man of God A, prophetess A, drives Maserati, it's a bad news. You see, Christianity is not, poverty is not a symbol of Christianity. Poverty and little life, petty life, itty bitty life, is a symbol of the devil. So when a man of God is driving good car, living in this thing, it's good. But you see, to every rule, there's an exemption. There must not be the excesses of it. The extreme excesses. A man of God must drive a good car. You see, for information, if you are in a church and your man of God does not dress well, does not live well, you have to run away from that church. Because the oil on him will impact your life. If your man of God is a fool, is a bush man of God, is a villager man of God, so to put it, you got to run away from that church. So a man of God, a woman of God, by the word of God, we have to even live large. But again, we should make sure that materialism is not the focus. Materialism, so Jesus must be the focus. Visiting the poor must be the focus. And also, if God has blessed you, it must be reflective in the life of the congregants.
Because many people talk and criticize pastors who do all of the excesses that you talk about, whilst their members, maybe, if I can put it in quote,
I can tell that we have a lot of men of God who are doing so well. It's just the 1% that comes out. You see, the world is interested in bad news, negative news, than the positive news. We have like somebody like Bishop Dag Heward Mills. Look at the impact it's making. Nobody talks about it. You will not trumpet it. But let one, sorry to say, myopic, some man of God doesn't know his left from right, misbehave. You people trumpet it. We in Ghana, we major in the minor, And instead of the things that are relevant, we relegate it to the backdrop. We have great men, like Archbishop, he has orphanages. I personally have a foundation. I have a scholarship fund. We're doing a lot, but just that the good, positive ones, the media and the good people of Ghana are not ready and are not interested in it. We are interested. Let one prophet misbehave. That is what we are interested in. But it's, as a country, as a people, and it is time for the nation and all of us to be positive energy people. Let's be positive energy people.
What's the most difficult thing about your job as a prophet?
People misrepresenting you. And the world will take what they say, but they will not take what you say. And with the prophetic, it's so sad that the people went ahead of us to a large extent. Most of them have messed up the prophetic. So there's a perceived position about prophets, that all prophets are humanized, but it's not true. That all prophets love money, but it's not true. That all prophets are this and that, it's not true. We have prophets that fear God. We have prophets that defend the word of God, that are apostles, teachers, and evangelists. But it's sad. And you see, the devil attacks the prophetic because that is the eye of the church. Any church that the prophetism does not work, the church is a dead church.
You know, for some reason, I thought you were going to, when I talked about the most difficult thing that you encounter, I thought you were going to talk about how to manage home and your work as a minister. Because earlier you said you've not been home since Wednesday.
Yeah, but if the
family...
How
are you able to manage
if the
that?
family is a calling, the family understand the work you do. You come when you are starting...
So your wife understands that you can't be home
when you are starting, it will be difficult. But with time, the lines will fall in place. You understand?
So your wife understands that you have to be away for all this while.
Jesus.
And it's not like you're even going home today.
No, I'm not going
So
home.
your conjugal, duties and things, wife, the ball.
Is that what? There's time for everything.
So what time do you... Okay, never mind. Don't answer that question.
You are being mischievous.
No, I'm not being mischievous. I'm really genuinely wondering how wifey wife has to understand. Does she play a role in your church?
Yeah. There's time for everything. Yeah.
Is she a deputy or something?
No, I don't believe in those things.
So what?
The church is for God, and that's.
So what role does she play?
I was called. She wasn't called. And personally, where God is taking me to, I don't want my family to come into the mainstream. It's dangerous.
Okay. Well, how do you handle the, should I call it, attacks and whatnot? Because you've had a lot of scandals, I can put it that way, including womanizing scandals as well.
Yeah. Like I said, you forgive them. Because if you know me truly, and that's what I'm saying, that is the people who have gone ahead of us. Some of them have messed up, and that tag is following all prophets. But it's not. You can see me as you look at me. There was a time I was on my billboard, one of the billboards, and some two ladies were standing there. They said, look at this guy, look at his lips, look at his eyes. Since when you are landed, since when did somebody's eye posture, how his lips look, depicts that Obepemba on Pemba? That is the human thinking. We think more of negativity than the positivity. They will not tell themselves, this guy is young. Look at the way he's availing himself for God to use him. Yesterday night, if you came to my church, thousands have congregated. Tonight, at Mata 7, thousands will congregate.
So the impression that you're a humanizer is probably from your looks.
I'm handsome, people say, and I'm handsome.
Well, you're telling me.
and
it's not because probably in the past you had a little bit of that in you.
No. You see, people are pretentious. I'm not close. I want to go to heaven, and I prefer to tell you the truth, which you don't want to come to it for me to please God. Every man is prone to be womanizing, but a real man stays with one woman for that matter. How do you get what I'm saying? If I tell you the offers that come into some of us our ways, and because of the word of God, because of our future, we choose the future, not now. But somebody will say, this guy drives a good car. This prophet is this. This prophet is that. So then, what if they wish they were like you, they will do, they conclude that you are doing. Bill, I hope you get what I'm saying. But far from that. If that's what we're doing, God will not use us at that level for us to be talking on the national front and international front. No. No, that's not how God works.
Are you a rich man?
I'm worthy. I'm not rich.
You're wealthy?
Very. By the mercies of God.
Huh. Wow. I like the confidence you say that way. Well, I shouldn't have asked, seeing as you drove in with a Mercedes S-Class. Which year model is that? that's a wealthy man.
You see, there's a difference between richness and worthiness. Chimu yebeka so odefo na yebeka so sikani. Obi de no ho a enye ahode. Jeremiah chapter 9 so obi de no ho a onim Kristo Yesu a so oye odefo a odefo ne onim Kristo. If you know the Lord Jesus, you are worthy. And in him do I have all things. Lexus, I hope you get what I'm saying. Somebody can be rich, but the person will lack something. But when we say you are worthy, that means you have everything. And after having Jesus, I have everything.
How many cars do you have?
I won't speak to that. Forgive me, sir.
Prophet,
I'm here to project.
Are you afraid?
I'm not. No, I'm not.
Are you scared?
I'm not. God has shown me mercy.
So why are you afraid?
But I won't speak to that like this.
Prophet, you're afraid that they will think you have too many or what?
No, that's fine.
Do you have too many?
Let's focus on the Jesus agenda.
We will focus on everything also
yes,
for
sir.
what I'm talking about. We will focus on everything.
Yes, God has shown me mercy. And okay. I personally drive only one car. That's what is important. Even if I have 1,300 cars, at a time, you drive only one. And material thing means nothing to me. Me, I'm coming from a poor background. So we are there. It doesn't move me.
0302216541. Phone lines activated. If you want to have a conversation with the Prophet Nigel Gacy, some people actually even just want you to prophesy to them. Really, please. He's not in the spirit yet. So I'm going to activate the phone lines. 0302216541. You can call in and ask any question that you want to ask Prophet Nigel Gacy. We had to go in with him. Now, one of the biggest, I think at 4 o'clock when they came to read the news, they talked about how come Dr. Otabo and co had been sued. Did you perchance see the Capital Bank going to be consolidated or something of the sort?
No, please.
Not at all?
Yes, please. I don't see all things. I see as the Lord leads and reveals.
What do you think about the whole issue regards to Dr. Otabo leading something of the sort and whatnot?
I like the competence on that. I did not do more of economics, so forgive me.
Okay. Would you want to own a bank?
God has not called me, but now the Lord said, my 3 mandate is what sacredly I'm following. But as we journey, as the Lord, it's well.
It might happen.
Yeah.
Eric.
Hello, boss. Mr. Lezis.
Yes, sir. You're welcome.
Thank you. I'm Eric calling from Liberia Camp.
Okay, Eric.
I'm just calling to praise the man of God and thank him for everything he's doing. May God continue and bless him more. Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. Oti Boateng is also on the line. Hello, Oti.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. You're welcome. Let's hear you.
Yeah, I want to ask the pastor, the prophet, what is happening to Reverend Utabo? Is that attack on Christian? Or what is that? Is a Christian being mocked? What do you say about that? Because what I'm seeing that is a mocking Christian.
Okay. Thank you very much. What do you think?
Like I said, I mean, he's a pioneer in the Christian front, and our sympathies and good prayers are with him. We'll keep praying with him. And one thing for sure I know is that the righteous does not go down. He might go through some storms and here and there, but he will not go down. And even if he goes down, he's done well for himself. How many people came on earth and did what he has done?
Okay. Yeah. Samuel is here. Hello, Samuel.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon. Let's hear you.
Yeah, I heard the man of God saying God called him but not his wife.
Mm-hmm.
I really love it. God bless him for saying that. He was called alone but not his wife.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Kofi is also here. Hello, Kofi.
Yeah, Alexis, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. In regards to Nigel, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, I want to find out. I want to talk about prophecies. Oftentimes we hear prophecies relating to celebrities. I want to find out if God only reveals things about popular people. When the Bible says all of us are made of God, you know, we are His image. So why do we place premium on people who are in the limelight and not just any other ordinary person? Because I've never heard anybody prophesying about the ordinary person, but all the time it's about these celebrities here and there. Why is it so?
Okay, thank you. The ordinary people, because they are not in the limelight, their cameras will not come after them. But the celebrities, they are in the limelight, so the camera comes after them. The whole world hears about it.
So my other question is, when you have these prophecies, why do you have to say them in public?
Sometimes by leading that you, the prophet, you might not be able to control yourself. You might say before you realize. To a larger extent. Of course, the Bible says that the spirit of the prophet is under his subjection, but it's not entirely so. And sometimes you will say something before you get to know that you have said it. But you see, some of us, we are still growing. So as you are growing, you pick the bits and pieces together. And sometimes I tell people that their bonus prophecy, I felt that if it was around this time, maybe I would have gone it in a different way, done much more better. So you make mistake here and there.
So for you, those are genuine mistakes.
Yes, very genuine mistakes.
Because I'm thinking that if you have a prophecy about somebody, you might rather want to reach out to them.
Example, recently I saw something about Obo, the president of Musica. If it's first, I would have come out and said it. But I called him privately and I told him, one of your people who used to work with your station, I saw something about her. Very, very, very damning. Very, very serious. I called them. They came to my office and we sorted it out. If it's first, I would have brought it out.
Yao.
Yeah, Lexus, good evening.
Good evening.
I would like to...
Oh, I'm sorry. I lost Yao there. Is Kofi on the line? Okay. Lost that as well. This one says, Lexus, if God has shown you mercy, you should be able to publicly tell us how many cars you have. So we'll help you thank God. Please ask him again. Prophet.
Boss.
You can see the message yourself now.
More than 25 cars has gone through my hands.
Okay. And right this minute.
God has shown me mercy, Lexus.
Yeah, but he said that if God has shown you mercy, you should be able to publicly tell us so that we can help you thank God.
I can thank God myself.
Oh, you don't need our help.
I can thank God myself.
Also, you don't need our help.
I can thank. You see, I don't want to trumpet materialism. That's not my focus.
OGD.
Yeah, Lexus.
Welcome.
Thank you very much. Lexus, there's no way we carnal beings can know the real prophet and the fake one. But I'm only holding this prophet on his word against the coming election. If it's opposite of what he said, you will bring him to the studio, we'll give him lashes. I'm telling you.
Now, let me say here.
Very well, so that others will learn.
Okay, all right.
You see, when a prophecy is given, those whom the prophecy is to, they have to follow up.
And the NDC have not followed up.
If they will not follow, it's their business.
They've not followed up.
It's their business.
When did this prophecy come?
Last year.
Last year?
Yeah.
And they've still not followed up.
It's their business.
So if they don't follow up, the thing might turn.
That is a national cathedral. Another direction I've been given. That let it be national cathedral.
The what?
National cathedral.
What?
It's a spiritual direction.
It's a spiritual direction. So it's a good thing.
It's a good thing, but the timing is wrong.
The timing is wrong.
Yes, but it's a counter to a prophecy.
Explain that.
It's a counter to anybody that erects a cathedral, regardless of the sins of the person, God will forgive, and the Lord will show that person mercy. So that the NDC be there and let them be joking.
So the cathedral might be the NPP's key.
Their prophet have seen. Their prophet have seen, and they also counter. They keep country. So it's up to them.
So what if the CPP also counters something?
What I'm trying to say is that anybody that builds a temple for God, whoever you are, the Lord will show you mercy, will respect your interests. You can't build a temple for God and God will not show you interest, show you mercy. That's it. Let's just have to go. I'm tired. I have service.
You know what? Let's wrap up after the news. Okay.
Sure.
I mean, it's been a very interesting conversation. It's 5 o'clock now. We'll listen to the news, and then when we come back, I would want you to share a word, any word on your heart with Ghana. The whole of Ghana is listening this afternoon. So let's find out what's happening in news. It's 5 o'clock.
Joy headline news at 5. Coming up, 3-year-old boy who suffered multiple fractures in accident that killed 7 transferred to Kolebu Teaching Hospital for treatment. Government pushes for fresh members on UK and UST Council. And PricewaterhouseCoopers drags General Overseer of ICGC, his church, and 14 others to the High Court, accusing them of fraud. Let's settle for the details. PricewaterhouseCoopers has sued founder of the International Central Gospel Church, ICGC, Pastor Mensa Otabel, the ICGC Church, and 14 others for fraud. The Bank of Ghana in Accra in August 2017 approved the takeover of Capital Bank by the GCB Bank due to its insolvency. The receivers want the shareholders to be ordered to recover monies in excess of 400 million cedis. Raymond Aqua has details of what PwC is seeking.
They are asking the court to retrieve the monies for them. They are saying that they want a declaration that the defendants are in breach of their fiduciary duties to the plaintiff under the Companies Code 1963. There's also an order which is directed at the first person to pay 468 million. That's Wolamatu ACN. Again, there's an order which is directed at the third person to also pay an amount of 2.4 million and 36 million separately.
Raymond Aqua with those details. Now, the 3-year-old boy who suffered multiple fractures in an accident that killed 7 people at Gomuampota on the Kaswa-Winneba Highway last night has been transferred to the Kolebu Teaching Hospital for treatment. This is coming almost 20 hours after the incident. Medical Director at the Winneba Trauma and Specialist Hospital, Dr. Douglas Amponsa, says the little boy's condition has improved.
The condition has improved drastically this morning. After yesterday, he could not even move any part of his body. But after this morning, he has gained some level of consciousness. But he's a child, and we are managing as a case of head injury. So we need a neurologist assessment, and for that matter, the child is on the way to Kolebu.
Meanwhile, relatives of the dead have been identifying their family members at the Winneba Government Hospital, and the survivors are reported to be responding to treatment. The tipper truck driver whose vehicle collided with that of the Deputy Communication Minister, George Anda, has been given police enquiry bail by the Ofanko Circuit Court. He's expected to report to the police station daily. The police are waiting for Mr. Anda to write his statement, but 3 persons have written their reports to the police on what happened. The tipper truck driver is the only person left to be queried. Now, Information Minister Kojo Oponkroma says no old member of the Governing Council of KNUST must be included in the new council. Addressing the media this morning, Mr. Oponkroma said a new council will do a thorough job in attempts to resolve the issues, and those found to have played a role in last month's disturbances will be brought to book.
The old council is a party to the impasse that took place on the KNUST campus. It is important to ensure that a council that is put in place has the freedom of hand, etc., to superintend that exercise.
First Lady Rebecca Kufuor has expressed worry about the low literacy rate among children in the country. She's been speaking at a ceremony at GIS here in Accra to celebrate Ghanaian winners in the Queen's Commonwealth Essay Competition. The Prince of Wales has announced that his foundation, the Prince of Wales Charitable Foundation, will begin work in Africa starting from Ghana to address youth unemployment. Speaking at a public lecture on young entrepreneurship, Prince Charles said he intends to empower and equip young people with innovative skills to enable them start their own jobs.
My own foundation has been working with the Commonwealth Local Government Board, the Commonwealth Association of Planners and Commonwealth Association of Architects to develop an online toolkit that will help shape growth in secondary cities where most of the projected urbanisation is expected to occur.
You heard the Prince of Wales on tackling unemployment. Academic activities at Nkurankan Presby Basic School in the Yulo-Krobot municipality of the Eastern region have stalled after a strange pot containing blood was found on the school's compound. Parents have arrived on the school compound to pick their children home. The police have meanwhile arrested a spiritualist who is believed to have buried the pot in the school. And Chief Executive of Dalex Finance, Ken Thompson, is advising government to stop borrowing and concentrate on raising revenue to improve the economy. Speaking on the AM show on Multi TV, Mr. Thompson said, much as Ghana needs money to fund its infrastructure projects, improving revenue generation must be the new drive.
If we want to develop, there will be some level of borrowing, but it's how we use the money. As a country, we should be asking ourselves, should we really be borrowing at this level? Should we be increasing our debt? And I would say no, we should stop borrowing. We want to raise income, we've got to widen the tax net, and we've got to cut expenditure, or do both. But this borrowing has to stop. We are mortgaging our future.
And that's it for Joy Headline News at 5, your updates from the Joy Newsroom.
Joy 99.7 FM.
If you grew up from a Presbyterian home like I did, you would have this song on your lips all the time. Singing bad for the Tuama will say yes. Great song, and of course we get to wrap up our conversation up with Prophet Nigel Gazy, who's been on our Behind the Fame segment today on Drive Time on Joy. Prophet, how's it going?
I'm okay.
You good?
I'm just tired.
I know. The 14-day program started last night. So you have 13 more days to go. So tonight as well you're preaching.
Bishop Sambak Aminiampon.
Okay.
My spiritual father is preaching.
Okay.
Yes, and tomorrow he's preaching from Wednesday to Friday. Apostle Dr. Joshua Talina from Nigeria is coming. Then Sunday, Monday, Bishop Salif Amwako is coming. Then the Wednesday to the next Friday is Dauda Mawanzi from Nigeria.
Okay.
Then we'll crown it up by anointing service on 18th. So I invite everybody to come. I'm at Achimota, Mile 7.
Mile 7?
Yes, on top of the Fidelity Bank.
Okay.
Yes, and God is moving. If you have HIV, come. God is going to use me to heal you cancer. And if you want, I just returned from Israel. I mean, my hands are anointed, my lips are anointed, my head is anointed. God is using me, and I need not to say, but the evidence is clear.
What's the most moving thing you have done personally through the power of God?
God has used me to raise 3 people from death. 3 people. One is just this year. He died at the Kolibu hospital, emergency, and the wife called me, and I did a direction at home, and he came back to life. He's called Mr. Philip Aqua. He's there to testify. If they are listening to me in Kolibu, they can testify. I'm Prophet Nigel Gazy, and I prophesy. When you're looking for somebody who prophesy in our time, I'm not boasting or humility. The hand of God is upon my life. That one, my worst critic can even say, you can't take it from me.
Amazing stuff.
Yeah.
As we wrap up,
yes, sir.
If there's any word on your heart that you'd want to share,
I will say that Lexus, everybody listen to me should be very careful about the relative. I'm not setting confusion or sectionalism or factionalism in the family. But doing this work and with my interaction with people and my fellow Christians, I realized that the very person working against you is closer to you. The very person saying no to your divine manifestation might be your auntie, might be your uncle. It's very, very, very closer to you. A lady came to my church and she stays in Trazaco. And not knowing, she brought a relative of hers and she was taking care of her kids. Can you imagine that? Lessons. Sorry to say, I know serious people are listening to this program. Not lady, not John Segun, anymore. Really, a woman came to me with her 2 kids. She told me that, Prophet, pray for the younger one and release the blessing of the elder upon the younger one. So I've seen wickedness, and 99% of what listeners are going through, Christians are going through, is from the home. The Bible says a woman was looking for coins. The coin got missing. The Bible says she said that she couldn't find it. But when she looked for it at home, she found it. So what you are looking for, it is at home. And it's an auntie that has sat on. It is a mommy that has sat on. It's a relative that has vowed that he or she will make sure that the will of God will never come to pass. But if there is a man to pray, if there's a woman to pray, the hand of God is stronger than the hands of our enemies. So that is what I would say. You got to pray. And at times, you have to pray. Being elitist is not just enough. Being just educated is just not enough. You need the power of God. You need the power of God. And there's a young lady there, there's a young man there who doesn't know Christ. I want to use this, your cherished and respectable program, to lead people to Christ. That anybody who did listen to this program, if you permit me, Lexus, I want to lead the people of God to Christ.
Go ahead.
So please say this after me humbly. Say, Lord Jesus, I thank you for my life. Forgive me of all my sins. Write my name in the name of the Lord Jesus. I accept you as my Lord and personal Savior. Amen.
Amen.
So, Lexus, I thank you.
Thank you very much.
You have drained me. A lot of stations have called me.
Oh, goodness.
I don't go. My handlers don't allow me to go. But when I heard your name, I pleaded with my elders. And I want to use this opportunity to thank my spiritual father, Prophet Emmanuel Friyamwakwayim, Archbishop Sambak Ameniampon, and all senior men and women of God who are standing in the gap for God. And I want to thank God for my church. I want to thank God for the media, the head of the media, my pastors, everybody. And I want to thank God for the life of everybody who did listen to the program. Thousands are watching us online, and those who are listening to us online. And I think that you are doing a fabulous job.
Thank you very
Your
much,
name
Prophet.
is all over the place.
Prophet Nigel Gazy.
Yes, sir.
The handsome man.
Okay,
fine boy.
So now you have admitted.
Well, now, yes.
I'm
the ladies here, I was look at anyone. Look at them. Look at them. So, but I really appreciate your time this afternoon. Honestly, I'm really glad that you did come, and God bless you. I wish you well. I'm very sure I'll be at your church during this 14-day period.
I'll be
Anyway,
humble.
Yes, would pass by.
Can I leave my number?
Yes, please go ahead for those who want to get in touch with you.
You can call me on 0244 093032, 0244 093032, and 05403 77713, 05403 77713. Okay. 0244 093032, 0244 093032, and 05403 77713. God bless the nation. Thank you, ladies.
God bless you, Prophet Nigel Gazy.
Joy 99.7 FM.